Welcome to the Qatar Innovation Program webinar. This webinar is in partnership with MADA and the Qatar National Library. I am very excited to be your host for this session. Let me first introduce myself. I am Iman Tag, RDI Program Senior Specialist. I manage the Open Innovation Program with government entities in Qatar. So today also I would like to introduce my panelists for today, Dr. Ashraf Uthman. He is the Head of Innovation and Research in MADA Qatar Assistive Technology Center. Also with us today, Ms. Maram Al Mahmoud from Qatar National Library. She is the Children and Young Adult Manager. Maram has been working with a team of library professionals to identify intellectual, social, and physical requirements for library users with visual impairments from all different age groups. So as for today's agenda, I will be first introducing the QRDI and QRDI program, and then I will hand over to Dr. Ashraf and Maram to explain about the Innovation Challenge. Then I will explain briefly how to submit the proposal. After that, we will have a Q&A session to answer all of your questions. Therefore, please feel free to submit all your questions through the Q&A icon that's up there in Zoom. And please note that this webinar is recorded and will be accessible upon request. So about QRDI and the Qatar Open Innovation Program. QRDI was established in 2018, representing a new milestone in Qatar research, development, and innovation agenda. The Council's first mission was to develop a national strategy that should optimize RDI activities and help realize the country's overarching goals and ambitions. The Council's accomplished this mission by the end of 2019, having drafted the Qatar's Research, Development, and Innovation Strategy 2030. The Council brings together prominent national and international figures from across government, industrial, and academia, and draws on the wealth of knowledge and expertise from individuals from various disciplines. One of its first programs is the Qatar Open Innovation Program. It aims to connect opportunity owners, who are in this case government agencies and or local enterprises, and with the global innovators. So in the framework of this program, we work together with large local enterprises and government. For example, this today is a great example. That's MADA and Qatar National Library. We identify areas that they look for to develop a piloting innovation solution, and then we partner with them, and we form a call for proposal, and we amplify it to target all companies in all over the world. And then we have them. We select a company to test this solution and pilot it in Qatar. Through this program, we have facilitated this engagement of innovators with local large enterprises and government agencies, and we aim to further develop this partnership. So, what do we offer for the innovator? We offer in this frame access to funding. We fund the piloting stage, that's $100,000, which is 365 Qatari riyal. And then we offer the potential for commercialization agreement with either the government agencies or the local large enterprises, depending who's the opportunity owner. We facilitate the registration of the process to register the company inside Qatar. We also help with accelerating the incubators, the access to incubators and accelerators, and accessing the Qatari and the GCC markets. Here is an example of some of our partners. We started this program in 2022, and we already have more than 30 open innovation programs with 14 different partners such as Kahrama, Milaha, Sidra Medicine, Matar, Suhail Sat, Baladna, Uridu, and from government we have the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Municipality, Ministry of Labor, and we have Qatar National Library and MADA. And recently we launched calls with the Qatar Museum. And this number of partnerships will always be growing. So right now I would like to hand to Dr. Ashraf, who will be presenting about this open innovation call. Dr. Ashraf, please go ahead.
Thank you, Iman, and welcome to all attendees for this webinar. And I will start by presenting, so MADA is a non-profit organization under the Ministry of Social Development and Family in the state of Qatar. It was founded in 2010. So with the aim to include persons with disability through digital accessibility and to empower them using assistive technology. Now we are working with several partners in order to make education more inclusive and to ensure that the society is inclusive for everyone. We are providing different kind of services, starting from training, accreditation, and consultancy for the government entities. And one of these kind of services that we want to implement, which is to have in place an accessible digital kiosk with our partner Qatar National Library and with support from financial support from QRDI. So next slide, please. Okay, so about QNL,
hello.
I will give to Maram, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ashraf. So I'm here representing QNL, or the National Library in Qatar. It is the biggest library in Qatar. Although it's recent, it opened in 2018. And we cater to the entire public in Qatar. So we try as much as possible that we cater to everyone's needs. And this, of course, includes people with disabilities. Currently in QNL, we have an assistive technology center, and we have a sensory room for little children as well. And we also have a range of educational programs and also sort of introduction sessions to explain to people about the services that we provide for people with special needs. And also what we're trying to achieve here is to develop our services and make our collection more accessible to people with visual impairment and the blind. You can go to our website to look at more information. You can also look at a list of our equipment that is in the assistive technology. And you can look at all the services that we currently provide. Thank you. Over to you, Iman.
Yes, Dr. Ashraf, if you would like to please explain the innovation solution, please.
Yeah, sure. So for this call and through this webinar, we will try to provide more information about the innovation opportunity. So our aim is to implement a digital accessible kiosk for a person with the visual impairments. And the aim of this kiosk is to have in place several accessibility features, so mainly for visual impairment, and we are open for all other disability like physical disability or hearing disability. So the challenge is it will come directly from the venue where we want to set up, which is Qatar National Library, who is continually seeking to enhance the customer experience for all visitors, and in particular visual impairment, and to ensure that all services are inclusive for everyone. And through this proposal, we will try to see an IT partner or a vendor who is able to develop the digital accessible kiosk for visually impairment and to address the specific needs of different kind of disability, and particular the visual the visual, as I said in the beginning, and the different and all various disability. And this kiosk, it has to be used by everyone. So it's not like only dedicated for visual impairment, but anyone, even without disability, can use the same kiosk. So the key success criteria of the kiosk that that we want to see it in place at the QNL, which is to have like a braille touch area, so where people with visual impairment can identify like images, pictograms, or drawings through the braille pad, and this will provide like tactile feedback for blind persons, and this it has to be included in a smarter way. Also, we are looking to have a user interface of the software embedded in the accessible kiosk that is accessible for a person with visual impairment, and having like intuitive navigation, especially using the keyboards and without touch screen. Also, the kiosk must provide voice guidance and input using braille system, and this is very important because sometimes for some privacy, blind people cannot use the kiosk through the voice or through the earphones, so they prefer to make the input and getting the output using braille devices. Also, the kiosk, as we said, it has to be used by anyone. So, and if you are taking in consideration person using wheelchair, so they have to adjust the height of the kiosk. Or as another option, it can have like a double screen, and one for people who are using wheelchair and one who are standing in front of the kiosk. It depends on the innovation that you want to provide. Having headphone jack, this is very important as the point number 3. So we can have like a speaker, so that can provide audio content from the kiosk, but also for more privacy, having a headphone jack, it's very important. Also, we are placing that we want to place the QNL at QNL. So it's a public space. So the design and the system and the kiosk must be robust and durable. For example, at least 2 up to 3 years. Also, all the content provided and even the design of the kiosk must comply with physical accessibility guidelines like ADA, American with Disability Act, or European Accessibility Act. In terms of content and digital content, it has to be comply with the digital accessibility standard WCAG 2.2. So also we are accepting 2.1, but 2.2 is just published and released in October 2023. So we prefer that is aligned also with accessibility standards. Here, MADA will be on board for accessibility check, and we want to ensure that the whole platform and software is used in the kiosk is fully accessible. Also, the kiosk must provide the content in Arabic language and Braille and Arabic Braille. So and plus the English content. Also, the vendor must have the ability to implement software updates automatically. So no need to like to contact technical team to come to set up. So it has to be fully autonomous. Also, the solution has to be cost effective and scalable, because today we are aiming to have it at QNL, but tomorrow it can be another venue, and we can replicate in other places. So it has to be scalable and easy to implement. Also, we want to ensure that there is like a very high level of user satisfaction and positive feedback, because we want to test it in real. So we'll bring focus group composed from person with visual impairment, and they have to try the device and try to get access to the services. So this is the mainly, let's say, technical specification of the device, and with the focus on digital accessibility. So before to go to how to submit the proposal, Iman, maybe I will add some more information in terms of the content, what we want to provide. So the kiosk will be providing digital content will be received from Qatar National Library and provided to person with visual impairment. The content, it can be like some kind of workflow like getting access to some services, and also it can be provided some like stories or books in different kind of format for a person with visual impairment. If we took, for example, a case of a book, so a book can have like drawings, can have like charts, mathematical equations, etc. So the Braille pad must be able to provide this kind of information for blind people. Also, it can be, it has to be interactive. So he can go, for example, he can navigate the blind person to the page number 2, page number 3, 4. So he need to have like a keyboard, so for easy navigation, he can hear from the device some information, and this is very important in terms of content. We are open, so this is an innovation call, so we don't have like very strict scope of work. So the more that you will provide, the more we are happy to implement to support person with visual impairment. So this is about the challenge, Iman. So you can proceed, I think, with the next slide, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ashraf, and thank you, Maram. So now I would like to explain how to submit your proposal. You need to go to our website, connect.qrdi.qa.or.qa, and then you need to scroll down and you will find the challenge, Digital Accessible Kiosk for the visually impaired. And then when you click on it, you will see this page that then you need to click on apply. In this page, you will see all the draft call, that's the call for proposal. You see all the information, and when you click on this button, it will take you to the 9-site website. We partner with them, and the proposals are submitted through their website. You click on respond, and then it will take you to this page. If you are not registered before, please register as a user. And if you are already registered, you can just sign in with your username and password. And you need to fill in the need response form. And it's very detailed and direct. And after that, I want to please highlight that everybody please fill in all the relevant boxes, especially information about your company and the websites. Fill in everything so that it makes the proposal review cycle easier. And if you don't need to submit everything at once, you can save and come back. And sometimes there are companies that say they just forgot to hit submit. So please make sure that you click on submit once you are done with your proposal. And please be aware that the deadline for this to submitting all proposals is December 21st. And we hope to find a good number of proposals. We're looking forward to reviewing them. So that was about about this challenge. Please, if you have any questions, please submit them through the Q&A section. Currently, I don't have any questions, but please, I'll give it a few moments. Maybe somebody would like to type them in. We will be reviewing these questions one by one, and if if we are running out of time, we will answer them through email. So Doctor, there is a question that there was a mention of IT companies. Is it open to IT companies only? We are looking for a technological solution. So the company has to be a company that has been working in the field relevant to provide this solution. So it doesn't have to be an IT company, but it has to be a company that is aware and can solve this challenge. How many kiosks are planned to be deployed? Dr. Ashraf or Maram, can you take this question, please?
Yes, we are expected to have only one kiosk at the QNL. This is like a proof of concept that we want to implement, and after that it will be replicated.
Okay, any other questions?
Looks everything is clear.
Yes, looks like it. Okay, so the question is, are we supposed to build the kiosk as well?
Yes, yes. So the vendor or the provider, the innovator, must provide the whole solution. So the physical kiosk plus the software included. And the software must be fully accessible, including physical accessibility of the kiosk.
Okay, we have another question. Kiosk functions are mostly focused in navigation or for the content explanation?
Both. So all of them, it has to provide like full accessible experience to the blind person. So just we can imagine a use case, for example, someone who's entering to Qatar National Library, and in the reception area there is an accessible kiosk, so he can access to the kiosk, and he can use, for example, the keyboard for navigation, and he can plug his earphone, and from that he will start interacting with the digital kiosk. You can, as an innovator, you can say, for example, we would like to provide accessible navigation of the book, accessible books, so he can select one book to read it. Using the digital kiosk, and inside the book, for example, there is a drawing or there is a chart or image, and this it has to be reflected as a braille, and it will invite the blind person to use the braille pad in terms to identify the shapes of these images, and also he can navigate using the keyboard. So all of this has to be provided by the innovator. As we said, there is a cost for the hardware, and also there is a cost for the software, and the vendor must provide both of them.
Okay, next question. Kiosk functions are mostly focused in navigation or the content. Okay, we have explained that. Another question, what is the scope of for QNL kiosk software?
Yeah, as I said, so mainly for navigating digital content. So this is the most important. As you are an innovator, so you can provide within the cost and within the budget which is allocated by QRDI. So you are free, for example, to limit your software to the books only, or it can be extended to other documents. Probably we can have like a back-end application which is to manage the content. You can also provide, like, I can put in place a workflow, so through the API that we can receive from QNL, to make also some services, electronic and digital, for the blind persons.
So next question, when QNL will provide this content resources mentioned?
Maram is the right person to answer.
Sorry, where's the question?
When
QNL
will
provide the content?
Yes, when QNL will provide the content.
So the content is, because Qatar, I'm not sure if people here are from Qatar or outside, but Qatar has signed the Marrakesh Treaty, which basically means that we can take any book and make it accessible for people with disabilities. So any book, any content, educational, we can provide immediately. There will be no requirement of getting approvals from publishers and so on. So ideally, we would like also users to be able to read as well from using these kiosks.
Thank you, Maram. I have another question about the content. How much are embedding, and which type of content are you looking for?
How much content? So here mainly it's open for, as we said, for the innovator. This is an innovation opportunity, so we have to clarify. It's not like very fixed scope of work. So the more that you provide in terms of proposal, the more we are happy, and we more make information accessible and inclusive for everyone. We prefer to have it like a dynamic platform, so where QNL will be able to upload the content, and there is from your software to have it in accessible format and displayed and provided to blind visitors. This is the best scenario that we are looking for. From your side as innovator, you can specify within your proposal, so you will say like, I need X number of books, or this number of content, or it will be like very dynamic, so there is no limitation. So it's up to you. And for the second part of the question, which type of content are you looking for? So mainly digital content, so purely, and we highly recommend that is based on drawings. So we want to make that, this is the main difference. So having like the book in accessible format, in traditional accessible format, it's already done. So there is like audiobooks, there are braille system, but till today, blind people cannot like feel the shapes of drawings, and this is what we want to have in place. So try to think more, try to provide innovative idea, innovative solution to make all type of digital content accessible for blind persons.
If I may add as well, Dr. Ashraf,
sure,
a lot of
please.
this is already out there in the market. So accessible resources are available, accessible databases such as Bookshare, if you want to explore Bookshare as well, they're available. So what we want is an all-inclusive experience in this kiosk, including the visual translation. So even the visual translation does exist in the market. I've seen one in Korea. But just having this whole inclusive, and the important thing for us is that it's available in Arabic. Most blind people in Qatar, they don't speak other languages. They speak Arabic and they read Arabic Braille. So we need to keep this in mind as well.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. What is QRDI's budget? For this QRDI budget is for the piloting phase, and it's $100,000 US. There is a request to check the third slide, so I'll go back to the third slide with the link. That's the link for someone who's asking. The next question, to understand the proof of concept correctly, we are talking about kiosk to help target audience with the navigational solution to find related content, right?
Yes, it's right from the first part, and the related content has to be provided by, it will be provided by QNL, but it has to be accessible also inside the kiosk. So it's not about like navigating a website or no, even the content itself, it has to be like presented in proper way for blind persons.
Okay, so I think we answered all the questions.
There's another question. I say content will be provided for uploading manually, or will system need to read from an automatic location? Here, as I said, I already replied to this answer. So the better to have like a back-end platform, so to manage the content, and it has to be uploaded manually. So this is as from the back-end. Automatic, so it can be like as an extension, or it depends on the proposal and how much it will cost. So it's up to vendor, it's not up to us.
So just to clarify, when we say manually, we mean the company that they upload them manually, right? Not the user, not the reader themselves. Meaning they don't just pick a book and then put it there to be scanned and read for them, because that technology already exists. So this is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is a device that they can access and read through it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Amazing.
Any other questions? All right, I think we answered all the questions. We look forward to receiving the proposals. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any further questions, you can send us through email. And this recording can be shared upon request. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you, Dr. Ashraf and Maram, for your time and answering your question. We are very happy about this partnership and look forward to finalizing and finding the perfect solution for this amazing challenge. Thank you, everyone, and wish you a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Maram. Have a nice day for all.